Have you ever considered that your nervous system is essentially a very busy, very British post office? Billions of tiny little postmen whizzing about delivering messages. Wiggle your left toe. Ah, the tea is a trifle too hot. Good heavens, is that my own reflection? It's a fantastically efficient system most of the time. But what if, one day, the postman decided to go on a rather peculiar strike, delivering letters to the wrong addresses, setting fire to the mailbags, simply shouting gibberish in the middle of the street? Well, you'd have a bit of a neurological muddle on your hands. And that, in a nutshell, is the hilarious, baffling, and frankly quite rude world of multiple sclerosis pain. It's not your standard run-of-the-mill ouchie. It's a full-blown avant-garde performance of discomfort, and you've got a front-row seat. Unlike the pain you get from, say, enthusiastically walking into a lamppost, a clear cause and effect scenario, MS pain is a far more theatrical affair. This is what the clever chaps in white coats call neuropathic pain. It's not your foot that's actually on fire, you see. It's the postman responsible for your foot's everything is tickety-boo messages who has decided, quite out of the blue, to start screaming inferno into the receiver. Your brain, bless its cotton socks, believes him. It's a prank call from your own body, a magnificent bit of biological mischief that leaves you wondering if you're going quite mad. The pain isn't a signal that something is wrong, the signal itself is what's wrong. It's a ghost in the machine, and the ghost has a penchant for slapstick. This leads to some truly bizarre and often quite funny situations. Imagine trying to explain to a perfectly sane individual that your shins feel as though they're being licked by tiny icy kittens. Now, to understand this neural hooliganism, we must get a little bit technical. But fear not, it's quite simple, really. Think of a nerve cell or a neuron as a long piece of electrical wire. It carries signals from your brain to your body and back again. To stop the electricity from leaking out and shocking its neighbors, this wire is wrapped in a lovely, fatty, insulating sheath called myelin. Myelin is the rubbery coating on the wire, the plastic on your headphone cable, the little rubber ducky that keeps the bath water in the tub. It's frightfully important stuff. It ensures the messages travel at lightning speed, arriving at their destination crisp, clear, and without any faffing about. It's the very model of efficiency. In multiple sclerosis, however, the body's own immune system, your loyal bodyguard, gets a bit confused. It mistakes myelin for a villainous invader, and so it attacks. It begins to nibble away at the myelin sheath, leaving little bare patches on the nerve wire. This process is called demyelination, basically a puppy chewing your telephone cord. The messages that were once zipping along are now short-circuiting, fizzling out, or leaping to the wrong wire entirely. A signal for gentle breeze might get scrambled and arrive as stabbing with 1,000 tiny needles. This is where the true chaos begins. Imagine you've sent a beautifully written postcard to your aunt in Devon, but along the way the postman gets caught in a hedge, the postcard is smudged, and a few crucial words are replaced with nonsense. Your sweet message of sending love and hugs might arrive as sending bees and slugs. Your aunt would be quite understandably alarmed. Among the peculiar pains in the MS repertoire, one stands out for its sheer audacity, the MS hug. When you hear hug, you imagine a warm, comforting embrace. The MS hug, however, is nothing of the sort. It's like being hugged by a boa constrictor with a grudge, or shrink-wrapped by an overzealous warehouse employee. It's tight, crushing, deeply unpleasant, wrapping around your torso, typically between your waist and your neck. Not a hug of affection, a hug of hostile intent, and it has terrible timing, often appearing during important meetings or during quiet moments of reflection. This sensation is caused by the very same mischief we've been discussing. The tiny intercostal muscles between your ribs, which help you breathe, suddenly go into spasm. The nerves that control them, having had their myelin insulation nibbled away, are firing off frantic, nonsensical signals. Instead of the gentle, rhythmic commands for breathe in, breathe out, they are screaming, contract, squeeze, hold on for dear life. Your brain receives these panic-stricken messages and interprets them as immense pressure, a band of steel tightening around your chest. It can range from a mild, annoying tightness to a breathtakingly painful vice grip that can make you wonder if you're having a heart attack. The sheer variety of this hug is something to behold. For some, it feels like a heavy weight has been placed upon their chest, as if a particularly large cat has decided to take a nap there. For others, it's a sharp stabbing pain that moves around the rib cage. And for the truly unlucky, it can be a burning or tingling sensation, like wearing a corset made of stinging nettles. Now that we've been properly introduced to our neural gremlins, let's take a whistle-stop tour of the other peculiar places they like to cause a ruckus. The legs are a common playground for these misfiring signals. Many people with MS describe a sensation of burning, fizzing, crawling in their lower limbs, as if their legs have been filled with angry bees, or perhaps carbonated water. This is often accompanied by a feeling of profound heaviness, as though you're suddenly wearing boots made of lead. Walking can feel like wading through treacle, not because your muscles are weak, but because your brain is receiving a constant stream of faulty data telling it that your legs are encased in concrete. It's exhausting, and it makes navigating a simple flight of stairs feel like conquering Everest. Then there is the face. The facial nerves can also fall victim to this myelin-munching mayhem, leading to a condition called trigeminal neuralgia. This is often described as one of the most severe pains known to humanity. It's a sudden, searing, electric, shock-like pain in the jaw, cheek, or forehead, usually on one side of the face. It can be triggered by a gentle breeze, brushing your teeth, smiling, or even just talking. Imagine getting a jolt of lightning to the face every time you try to say hello. It turns the simple act of being polite into a high-stakes game of Russian roulette. It's a disproportionately cruel response to a simple stimulus. Of course, MS pain isn't limited to the big-ticket areas. Goodness, that was all a bit intense, wasn't it? Pain, nerves, invisible pythons. It's a lot to take in, but if you found this little jaunt through the bizarre world of neuropathic nonsense even remotely interesting, then I have a proposition for you. You see, the world is chock full of these fascinating, funny, utterly baffling scientific quandaries, and I've made it my personal mission to poke them with a stick and see what happens. From the ridiculous physics of a cat always landing on its feet, to the strange chemistry of why asparagus makes one's pee smell peculiar, there's a universe of quite interesting things to explore, and the mysteries of the human body are among the most compelling of all. Then I implore you to do the digital equivalent of applauding. Somewhere on this screen, there is a like button. Please give it a firm, satisfying click. It costs you nothing, yet it sends a little ripple of joy through the vast, cold emptiness of the internet, letting me know that someone out there is listening. And right next to that button, you will likely find another, even more magical one. This one says, subscribe. Right, that's quite enough about electrifying faces' phantom hugs for one day. I do hope you found it all rather illuminating. The human body is a marvelous, if occasionally incompetent, machine. Its capacity for creating mischief is truly second to none. The pain of multiple sclerosis is a serious and formidable foe. But understanding its farcical absurdity can provide a strange sort of comfort. But we have yet to venture into the mists. What happens when the brain's filing system goes on holiday? You walk into a room with a purpose and your mind is empty. Next time, don detective hats. Wade into the thick, soupy enigma of brain fog. Investigate this cognitive cobweb, this mental mist, this peculiar state where thoughts get stuck in treacle. Until then, stay curious, stay well, and try not to walk into lampposts. The universe is strange enough without you adding chaos. Cheerio.